So for this year, for Asia Pacific, we have growth at 4.5%, slowing to 4.1% next year. Now these numbers, these forecasts are significantly higher than what we had in April. In April, we had our reference scenario, and so compared to that, these revisions are on the upside. Why is that? The key reason being that tariffs are much lower than what we had expected in April, because countries have negotiated trade deals with the US, so the effective tariff rates are lower than what we had in April. In addition, what we see is there was a significant front loading of exports by countries, and not just front loading of exports. In general, exports have been rising from Asia, and they have been supported by macroeconomic policies. Both fiscal policy and monetary policy across countries have been supportive. In some countries, both monetary and fiscal. In some countries, just been fiscal, and some countries just the monetary. And all of this in the context of financial conditions being very supportive. So these three factors explain why Asia Pacific is growing at a higher rate than what we expected in April. And the region will contribute 60% to global growth both this year and next year. In terms of downside risks, I think the dust hasn't settled on the tariff issue. You can see that tariff-related tensions are still lurking. Trade tensions are still there. So that could be a significant downside risk. In addition, financial conditions, which have been very supportive, could turn, right? If interest rates rise, then that could be a significant headwind to growth in the region. Also because in many countries, debt levels are very high. So if interest rates start rising, relatively you'll have debt-related concerns in the region. So these are the downside risks to our forecast. In terms of policies, what we are saying is that where inflation is at or below target and inflation expectations are well anchored, monetary policy could ease further. And with a weak dollar, now you have more space to ease monetary policy in the region. Fiscal policy, as I said, debt levels are high in the region. We believe that targeted support for viable firms which have been hit by the tariffs could be conceived. And any kind of fiscal support, we believe, should also be accompanied by countries specifying medium-term fiscal frameworks so that credibility is enshrined.